Is it just me, or is there way less hype around Black Ops Cold War compared to Modern Warfare? Or I think excitement is the better word. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people are still dying to play this game, but the general buzz around it is nowhere near as last year's Modern Warfare. Recently I looked at some of my first videos on Modern Warfare and I noticed how hyped I was in those videos. That same kind of hype is not really present with Black Ops Cold War for me, sadly, and in this video I'm gonna try to find out why. It's gonna be a short video, I'm gonna talk briefly about the campaign, no spoilers though, so don't worry, there's just gameplay for the first 3 missions, which is all I played to be honest. So this is kinda like a first look impressions video, if you will. We also take a quick look at zombies and obviously multiplayer. So let's start with the thing in this game that I like the most so far, the campaign. By the way, if you're watching this and you have not yet subscribed, then please be sure to do so. We are getting very close to 300,000 subscribers. And I think it's possible we can get there before the end of the year. And while you're at it, you can join my Discord server to chat with me and play some games soon and stuff like that. Link is down below. Anyway, the campaign. Let me start off by saying that I only played the first 3 missions like I said, so I can't give you an overall review. This is just my first impressions from playing the game for about, I'd say, 3 hours in total, 2 hours of multiplayer and the first hour of the campaign. Now, I don't want to compare Black Ops Cold War to Modern Warfare the entire time, but it's kinda hard not to, since Modern Warfare was objectively a very good game and an even better Call of Duty game, for me at least. So when you go to the next entry in the franchise, you expect something similar or better, whether it be the mechanics, the gameplay, or the single player campaign. I can tell you right off the bat that the single player in Black Ops Cold War, though a more interesting story, is definitely not as good as Modern Warfare's campaign. And yes, I can already tell you that by just playing the first 3 missions. To put it simply, it goes straight back to the old Call of Duty formula. A shit ton of enemies, you are blasting through them one by one, feeling like Superman, extremely fast paced. The first 2 missions are like 5 minutes each, but that's probably because it's the prologue, but still. And again, the biggest distinction that I notice is that it's simply way more arcadey. In Modern Warfare it felt so much more gritty and real, more intimate with the Clean House mission for example, mainly because of the engine. But in Cold War, it's the same old happy shooting frenzy that I personally grew tired of way back in the day. But that doesn't automatically mean that it's bad though. There are a couple of things in this campaign that I found really cool. For example, you play as Belle, which is a character that you more or less create. You can choose your skin color, your military background, which is just some lore stuff I think, but still that's pretty cool. You can also choose your gender between male, female, non-binary, which is pretty interesting for a game during the 60s and 80s. Or just to be safe, you can keep that classified. I like the fact that you are basically creating a file for your character where some things can be kept classified. It feels more true to the setting in my opinion, which was something I didn't really feel during the alpha or the beta. And another thing you can choose is 2 types of personality traits for your character. Those traits don't really do that much except for giving you some bonuses in game. For example, I chose the traits Lone Wolf and Survivor, which gives a 25% boost to your health I believe and a longer sprint or something like that. Nothing too crazy, but it's a nice touch. Another thing I really like about the campaign is the dialogue choices you can make. For example, in the opening mission, without spoiling too much, you are basically chasing a bad guy and when you finally catch him, you kinda interrogate him on the spot. But you can choose what to say. For example, you can go aggressive or for a more reasonable approach, and this might help you in getting more information out of him. Afterwards, you also get the choice of getting rid of him or taking him in, which most likely will have some effect on the story details as well, which is pretty cool. I always like choices in games, given the fact that your choices actually do matter. The information you gather or evidence is then displayed in the briefing room, and this is the area before each mission. In this place you can analyze the evidence regarding each mission, you can get some background info on the characters beside you or even yourself, which I really like. I'm also convinced that this area is filled with Easter eggs and secrets and stuff like that, so I'm looking forward to get those. Anyway, that is my brief description of the campaign after playing the first 3 missions. The mission structure and gameplay itself is nothing to write home about to be honest. The dialogue choices are a really cool touch though, I like that. When it comes to the multiplayer, it's again kinda hit or miss, for me at least. Let's start with the zombies game mode. I'm not much of a zombies guy anymore. Back in the day I could play with my brother and a couple of friends and get to like round 30 or 40 or something like that, and I always had a blast. But since then, zombies got a lot more complicated with its lore and mechanics and Easter eggs and whatnot, and I feel like Cold War zombies seems to take a step back and go towards the familiar route. It's not like old school zombies, but I like it better than the recent Black Ops titles. So for the people that enjoy the zombie game mode, I think you'll have a good time with this one. It seems like it has longevity and plenty of Easter eggs to dive into. The weapons and classes you use in zombies actually carries over XP to regular multiplayer, so let's talk about that for a minute. So what do I think about the multiplayer for Black Ops Cold War, its most important game mode? Well, I don't know. I'm not really convinced, to be honest. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, but if I have to be honest, it's not like I can't wait to play 8 hours on end this weekend, you know? I don't really have that itch. It's basically like playing an old Call of Duty game with a few minor tweaks, and I know for a lot of people they will like that, and good for you guys. I'm happy for you, I really am. I always happy when people get the game that they want, but I can only give you guys my own opinion. So far, I'm not really impressed with the graphics. There is a lot of texture popping and stuff like that. Keep in mind, by the way, that this footage you see right here is on the PS4 Pro, because I don't have the PS5 yet because I live in Europe. I have to wait another week. But I also heard about a bunch of performance issues on PC, even on very powerful rigs, so I don't know. But then again, at launch you have that sometimes, so I don't take this too hard. Also some other things, the maps. The maps are pretty decent in my opinion. I like them. There are only a handful though at the moment. I think you have like 8 6v6 maps right now, so when it comes to content, there isn't a whole lot at launch sadly. I haven't played enough games to talk about skill-based matchmaking. However, the first game I played, I absolutely dominated, easily top of the scoreboard. And then the very next game I came up against rank 30 sweaty PC players, and I'm on console by the way, so take that for what it is. The last thing I want to touch upon is that initially I thought that the footstep audio was really bad, but then I remembered that Dead Silence or Ninja is a perk again in this game, so everybody's gonna run that, and that's gonna be annoying for some people, you know, you can't hear them coming often. And to be honest, that's all I really have to say at this point. I can't get past the fact that Black Ops Cold War is not running on the new engine that Modern Warfare was built on. This is probably already like 50% of the issues I'm having with this game, to be honest, so we'll see how it goes. One thing is for sure though, I think it's safe to say that all the future Call of Duty titles will be built on the new engine, so this may very well be the last Call of Duty game on the, let's call it, old school Call of Duty engine. In my opinion, that's a good thing. I want the new engine, I think it's way better, but I want to know what you guys think, so please leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts on this game so far? I know a lot of people will like it, and also a lot of people will kind of feel underwhelmed like me, especially because of the lack of content. Anyway guys, that's about it for the video. Please drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're getting close to 300k subs. Join the Discord, and with that being said, I see you guys next time.